What?
Hello, everyone.
David.
Yeah, it's another day in the car. And
D4vd.
Yep, we are talking about D4vd, the artist, I guess, and how a young child, was found in the frunk of his Tesla, deceased. And the details regarding the condition of Celeste when she was found in the frunk of the Tesla. Celeste had just turned 15 the day before she was found, but the advanced state of decomposition indicates that she never made it to her 15th birthday. Celeste was 14 years old when she lost her life, and when she was placed into that frunk of that Tesla that belonged to David. And today I'm going to go over basically the timeline of events, what some of the supporting evidence would be, and also just peek at a few, not even very many, of the lyrics of these songs that are attributed to D4vd, and how he seems to have a fascination with the unaliving of a romantic partner. And, we will definitely talk about that a bit. And it does not seem like that could be anything that would get him charged. That explains how come at this point in time he hasn't even been labeled as a person of interest. The police need to keep this close to the vest, and that's what they're doing. But they have released some information, and we have to just make our assumptions based on the facts and evidence and keep following this case. I want the light shined on this case big time because it involves a child victim and inappropriate relationships between a child and an adult. And just so you know, children survivors carry this trauma throughout their lives. It doesn't just end with the end of the abuse. And in the case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, she lost her life, and her family is going to carry the trauma of that, including her young siblings. And it is just really tragic, and crimes against children are the worst. I feel that anyone involved covering up or anything for whoever took the life and molested Celeste, the child, everyone should face charges and be canceled or whatever it takes. Their lives should essentially be over, same as Celeste's life is now over. And now that we have a few people in here, I will begin the actual discussion of D4vd and Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the timeline that brought us from a young girl and a teenage male speaking online, developing an online friendship, which is inappropriate given the age difference, and that at that point just friends, and then moving on to a totally inappropriate romantic relationship. Kids can't give consent, you guys. There's no two ways about that. And anyway, the timeline will follow through that to the point where Celeste Rivas Hernandez's remains were found inside the frunk of the Tesla registered to D4vd, and then what's happened in the investigation into this crime and up to today. So let's dive into it. What do you think of this case, babe?
Terrible. The front of the car, that is the front trunk of the Tesla, for anybody not in the know.
And apparently Teslas have two trunks, or that make of Tesla does, and they're both, and I guess the batteries or whatever for the thing is like underneath the car in the center region.
They're under the floor.
And like Volkswagen Beetles also have front trunks. I don't know what all other vehicles might have frunks, but anyway, it's a thing.
It's a thing, apparently.
Okay, so first off, I'll just give some information that may or may not have come across people's radar and ought to be on the radar. And that's that, first off, as attributed to LAtimes.com, Celeste actually ran away to be with D4vd 3 times. The third time is the one that she never returned from. One time she returned on her own, and one time police brought her home. I'm not sure whether it was the first or the second time that she ran away to be with D4vd that she was brought back by police. Anyway, first time was Valentine's Day 2024, where Celeste went to go spend Valentine's Day with David, D4vd, and went to Hollywood with him, and then was returned. And that brings me to one of his song lyrics, the song Celeste. So this is what it's like to not need weed to get me high. I love it when you hold me, when you cry. Just because, be my Valentine. I want to make Cupid suicidal. And then it goes on to say, oh Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed, oh Celeste. Afraid you'll only love me when undressed. But you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed. And that's song Celeste. And just kind of stood out to me that he mentions be my Valentine, and that she had run away with him on Valentine's Day 2024. Then on the 18th of March 2024, Celeste was last seen by other people in her home in Lake Elsinore. Then the morning of the 19th of March 2024, Celeste was caught on camera at the local store where she always went to go buy sodas and Takis and stuff like that. Anyway, they knew her. They knew who she was. And it was 7 a.m. and she was caught on camera walking past the store and going to get in the car, but the car was slightly off screen, but the owner knew that she had gotten into a car. You can't quite tell what kind of car it was from that footage. He said that the local police didn't ask him for that footage, but I'm guessing that that footage is going to be coming into play. The local police are saying that they are not involved in gathering any evidence or anything like that because the case belongs to LAPD. So LAPD is probably going to be in touch with the shop owner when they work on the timeline. Also, that was the second time that Celeste had gone missing. The third time she went missing was the final time, and last time anyone had seen her, anyone in her family had seen her, was on April 5th, 2024. She was 13 years old, and she had gone to go to the movies with her boyfriend, David. Now, it's unclear to me whether her family knew that David was this adult musician or if they were just assuming that David was another child. The brother knew that David drove a Tesla, but he may or may not have shared this information with the mom, because, you know, kids tend to hang together and keep each other's secrets. So that's some of the information that I wanted to get out there before going into the timeline. Besides the fact that Celeste weighed 120 pounds, but when found in the frunk, the remains that were recovered weighed 71 pounds, meaning that there is 50 pounds missing, whether that's because the corpse withered, the name of his album, or if there were parts missing, it's unclear at the moment. It will come out. There have been different statements put out there by the authorities that seem to indicate that maybe there was something missing. Maybe David kept more than just Celeste's ghost. So then we get to the timeline, and we know that, where'd it go? Okay, we know that, and this is a big ick, there are screenshots and other evidence brought together by people from the various online platforms that D4vd and Celeste both frequented, that Celeste actually began speaking to David when she was 11 or 12 years old, and there being the Fortnite game, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, etc. And on October of 2022, evidence is there of 12-year-old Celeste and David being in contact with each other and indicating some sort of closeness between them. So, ick. Then December 2023 is when that love song Celeste, that's when the demo was leaked online. And at the same time, there were also photographs and live streams on Discord and Twitch and TikTok in which David and Celeste were together, streaming together. And January 11th, 2024, David and Celeste did a live stream together in which David then asked the moderators to delete the stream afterwards, delete all evidence of it. But of course, it did not get deleted. A lot of people that were in the stream saved the stream. And February 2024, Celeste went missing for Valentine's Day and returned. And she had been with David, and she told everyone, including her teacher, that she was with a rapper, musician, David, that she had met on social media. On February 26, 2024, there are screenshots of comments, and I guess maybe they're even still there, on David's TikTok. And on that date, David was accused of messing with a 13-year-old in the TikTok comments. So other people have known that David was messing with this minor child since well before she was unalived. And they've been trying to do something about it and trying to get him reported. And the actual screenshot of a post made on February 26, 2024 says, waiting for PD to get to get you for messing with a 13-year-old. And March 28th, 2024, there were live discussions online with David and his girlfriend, and it was identified that his girlfriend is Celeste. April 5th, 2024, Celeste did not return from going to the movies with her boyfriend, David. And as I said again, unclear as to whether the family knew that David was this David or not. Kids often keep secrets, and I'm not blaming the mom, the family whatsoever. They have lost their baby girl. June 27th, 2024, David reposted a creepy TikTok video of someone cutting up meat, and the repost also had the caption, "Me if I see her talk about with other dudes," and it's just disgusting that you want to dismember, let her or the guy, either way, that's a lot of violence. Then in February 2025, David's D4vd's video for One More Dance was released, and in the video, while D4vd plays both the violent perpetrator, or maybe he's being the symbol of the violence that the couple in the video perpetrate, but anyway, the girl resembles Celeste, but we know it's not this Celeste. Anyway, they place a body in the trunk of the car in that video, and that just shows that was an image or imagery that was in this guy's mind, a little hint into his mind, his inner workings. In March 2025, Withered, his studio album, was released. And July 30th, he had a Bay Area concert. August 5th, his world tour officially kicked off. And I should say that in May of 2025 is when the Tesla started being seen parked on the streets in the neighborhood instead of at the house. And it would be moved every 72 hours or so in order to avoid being towed. And it stayed out on the streets, and the neighbors took note of it because it had Texas plates, and it was a Tesla, and it had a distinctive dent, and it's just crazy. Then on September 3rd, 2025, the Tesla was reported abandoned by people in the neighborhood. The location of the Tesla was about 400 feet from David's residence, kind of across the street from the home. Anyway, it was reported missing. It was reported abandoned at that point. And at that point, it did have an odor to it, and there were flies. But the neighbors assumed that there was a dead animal, like, in it or something. Like maybe it had been run over or crawled up in the engines. Well, it wouldn't be the engine compartment because I don't know how Teslas are made, But anyway, they thought maybe there was a dead animal. Then on September 6th, the tow yard actually sent out a truck and towed that Tesla to their impound yard, and their impound yard has a couple different levels, and the Tesla was put on the top level, and it still had, this scent that would indicate that maybe there was an animal, a small animal, deceased around it. It did smell of death, and it had been gathering flies. September 7th would have been Celeste's 15th birthday if she were alive. And then September 8th, the impound lot called LAPD to come out and check out the Tesla, because at that point the odor was so great that they knew that whatever was deceased was not a very small animal, and they needed it checked out. And that's when LAPD went out there and opened that frunk and found the badly decomposed remains of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She wasn't identified at that point yet, but it's stated that she was wrapped in plastic. And
do you think that plastic would have held 50 pounds of human?
And the other thing is
decay?
that the LAPD, when they released information about it at the time, they had mentioned that there was a head and torso. They mentioned long dark hair, but they also mentioned, it was strange they mentioned head and torso. Some people took that to mean dismembered remains, because they didn't say what all was there. And they did say, though, that the remains were wearing a tube top and leggings, and so I don't think a torso could be wearing leggings. So perhaps everything was there, just the state of decomposition, it was difficult. But as my babe just pointed out a moment ago, there's 50 pounds unaccounted for. We don't know if that would have been this is really gross, but decomposition and stuff, maybe it's in the trunk, or maybe there were something missing, or we're going to be hearing more about this for sure. And
what happened to the 50 pounds? Why the weight discrepancy?
Yeah, and then
what are they not telling us?
And then also there is video that people have seen. It's been played all over the place. It's from TikTok, and it's a student, a middle school student, whose TikTok name is, at Julian2away, and the caption on it says, "The girl D4vd killed was in my teacher's class." And it's a video of said teacher holding up a phone showing pictures of Celeste in the same classroom that he was standing in, as he's telling the students the cautionary tale about how she had revealed that she had met this rapper on social media, and that she had met him in person, and that she had run away with him at least once before and been returned, and that she then left with him again and never returned, and now her remains had been identified as being found in the frunk of his Tesla. And at this point, I'm assuming that the legal status of this case is suspicious death. I know that her the medical examiner's report has been deferred, meaning they have to gather more evidence, and it's going to take a while more to be able to ascertain cause of death or anything. That with advanced decomp like that, they will have to be relying more on the skeletal, what the skeleton has to tell them for cause of death, or whether she'd been beaten or anything like that prior. And they'll be testing to see whether there were any substances. I don't know whether they're going to be able to tell whether or not she had been pregnant, because there are also postings in Discord where D4vd and Celeste were active and were a couple on there, and D4vd called her his wifey and said that they had a kid on the way. Anyway, other evidence coming forward, because a lot of these people who were concerned and were harassing D4vd for being with a minor, and who were also just coming forward and telling moderators and just doing whatever they could to try to get out there that this musician was involved with a child. These people are coming forward and they are talking to LAPD, and LAPD will be taking all of this digital evidence in order to complete the digital footprint, the digital timeline, and tying the two of them together, as well as figuring out just how many crimes may have been committed against Celeste, because of Celeste being a child who cannot give consent and who was taken or coaxed away from her family. There's plenty of charges I can think of that could be attached to
you
that.
guys think it? What kind of charges are you guys thinking?
And so once it's determined whether or not this was a homicide, there's different ways that this case could go from there as well, because it could be a suspicious death. If it was like an overdose, then of course it wouldn't be an on-purpose homicide, but it would be a case of somebody was with her. There would have been illicit drug usage, and if she OD'd and nobody got her medical attention, or if she OD'd and no one reported it, that's all a crime. And obviously it's a crime to wrap her in plastic and place her in the trunk of a car, and then have her remains jockeyed around the neighborhood for several months, and then eventually
someone put her in there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody knew something. Someone said, just step up.
Mm-hmm. And so that's where the case is now on September 12th, after having gotten the car on the 8th. LAPD had enough information to then obtain a search warrant to go into that home where David lived, and it had been rented by his manager for him, and it's unclear how many people stayed there full time. Apparently David has an entourage and may have been having parties there as well. But anyway, they served a search warrant on the house on the 12th. LAPD verifies that they were there for 12 hours, and that among other things, they were looking for blood evidence, and obviously checking drains and everything else. We know a bit about all the forensics that they have at their fingertips that they could use to investigate this. They spent 12 hours investigating the home, and they were seen taking out evidence bags and a laptop. And they aren't talking about what all has been recovered, because this is an ongoing investigation and it's unclear exactly what type of charges are going to be filed eventually. And it's unclear who all these charges might be filed against at this point in time. The more quiet the law enforcement is, the more on edge the people involved in this are going to be, and this is giving them time to think. And for example, if D4vd is the one who did this, it's going to give them enough time to think about it and go, do I really want to go down for this guy, or am I going to go ahead and tell the police everything I know and provide what all evidence I might have?
You know what? Someone's going to talk. Someone's going to have a little misdemeanor, and the cops are going to pressure them. You want us to drop this? Say something. Somebody's going to talk. Maybe it's a little possession charge or something, but someone's going to come forward, dude.
And D4vd, whether with an attorney or not, at some point he is going to have to speak to law enforcement, and he's got a lot to explain. And if he isn't involved in the death of Celeste, he at least has some knowledge about what surrounds that. And so he also is going to have to think about whether he wants to go down for what happened to Celeste, or if maybe he's going to talk, because there is all that digital evidence of him and Celeste having a relationship. There's evidence of him paying off other kids from her class, other junior high kids, 11 to 13 years old, taking money from him in exchange for them not exposing the fact that he was having a relationship with their classmate or their friend. And there's, the evidence that he is the one who went and picked Celeste up more than once there in Lake Elsinore. And, he's going to have to answer for that.
Jump in the comments. What do you guys think? This is free speech channel. Let's go.
And right now, David is off grid. He's not giving any interviews. He hasn't officially been spotted anywhere. He's laying low, obviously lawyering up. And meanwhile, his career is taking both a boost and a hit simultaneously on this, because his discography is being watched, listened to, etc. by many people who are interested, including me.
Yep, we've been listening to this guy.
And so he's gotten more sales and more views, but at the same time, he has been losing his advertising contracts. There was a specific emote in the game Fortnite that was named for him, and Fortnite has pulled that now because of this controversy. And he had contract with Hollister Clothing, and he had an ad campaign with them. And
yes, Journey,
and
I can see you.
I'll have to have my babe.
Well, yesterday we couldn't see the comments, remember?
Yeah, but also maybe they're talking to us. Maybe they're asking questions.
No, not yet.
Go look and see.
No, all they asked was if you wanted to take questions. Are you ready for questions?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely take questions.
Jump up in there.
And anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Hollister has pulled their ad campaign with him, and they will not air any clothing ads with him. Croc has severed their contract with him and will not be airing anything with him. I'm wondering whether 5Gum is going to continue their support of him or not, because he's often,
we haven't heard anything
on his own social media, been advertising his
get rid of my trolls
with 5Gum.
Ban them
and
hide them.
Anyway, another strange thing that's recently come forward is that David had posted on his own social media video of him washing some sneakers that were Hello Kitty sneakers, and were sneakers that had frequently been seen on the feet of Celeste. But he recently posted himself washing those sneakers, which, I don't know why he was washing her sneakers, or what, why he decided that was something he wanted to post online. But he is an artist, and he probably considers, all of this to be art,
Do
and
you think?
we need to look at his art
Thank you, Leanne.
and look and see whether his art is whether his art and what happened to Celeste are maybe life imitating art, or whether some of what he's produced and put out there, the content he's created, was it art imitating life. It appears to be that he seems to have been making video or lyric.
Well, in their video, in David's video, he put that girl in the trunk. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And now, coincidentally, there's a girl in his real car, in his real trunk, in real life. Did you guys see that video? Go check it out.
And now,
what's the name of that song? The trunk video.
Romantic Homicide. And now I'm gonna read a couple of lyrics off of a couple of the different songs that he wrote, and not as much as I did in the last live, but just ones that make the most points. I went and I don't know if you can see, I went and highlighted them.
And when did that song come out?
These all came out and were posted about 4 months ago, which is around the same time that the Tesla started being parked in the street. So around the time of Celeste's demise.
And when did that one song get leaked? Do you remember?
Which one? The Celeste song?
There was one that was leaked that probably shouldn't have been released.
That was the Celeste song, unreleased Celeste song, and that was in December of 2024.
His name tattooed.
Yeah, with her name tattooed on his chest, and I'm wondering whether she actually has a tattoo.
Yeah, we're going to see. There should be evidence of that.
Anyway, he's got a song, You Left Me First, and it goes, you left me first. It never made sense to me, falling deeper into jealousy, because I can't help the thought of you with someone else. I know the truth. And it goes on to, I sound so stupid right now, but like I've been so selfish and I can't stop thinking about you and what I did and how it's affecting like everything. Like, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
What song is it about the hammer?
I don't know, but I have it in one of these things, so we'll get to it. And this one's called Say It Back. And it goes, when seasons change again and you get bored of me, I want you to let me know, but I can't let you go. Because I love you like I'm supposed to, but you don't say it back. You never say it back. So now I hate you, and I hope it breaks you. I won't take it back.
Leanne, YouTube doesn't like that word. Just so you know.
And then a song, Is This Really Love? Is this really love? You may have called my bluff, but you've been acting up. Hating you ain't enough. I just want back my love. You got somebody else to take my place. You did it the wrong way after all I did for you. You said that you never meant to hurt me. But baby, I know this is how it goes. And where'd it go wrong? He says, and I don't really want your love no more, I swear, because I don't need it. And I don't mean to be conceited, but I'm the reason you're still breathing.
Dude.
And somewhere in the middle is
David?
The hammer one.
David is presently...
He's 20 years old, and Celeste was 14.
20 years old. He can't even buy alcohol legally. He's not quite an adult yet.
Somewhere in the middle, it's you doing things you're not supposed to do. You don't think that I would know the truth, but every day I see the way you move, and it's not like you. I want to think you love me, but you never say the word. I gave you what you wanted and got nothing in return. I don't love you. I don't hate you. I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't love you. I don't have to. I'm losing it a little. Somewhere in the middle. I just bought a hammer.
Oh,
I'm trying to fix you.
no. Hammer. Well,
Yep. And then, of course, the now infamous lyrics of that song, Romantic Homicide, that went viral on TikTok. And here are the lyrics that stood out the most in that song. In the back of my mind, you died and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear. In the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it.
dude.
I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you.
Freaking jury's not gonna like that.
Yeah. So,
And the lyrics that read, I have your ghost.
oh yeah, that's the song.
And the weight
Ghost.
discrepancy between 120 pounds.
Yeah, and so the 71 pounds
I
when
think
found.
maybe he may have more than just her
I
ghost.
think you took more than just a ghost.
I
I
mean,
mean,
what happened to the missing weight?
I'm gonna peek in my files and see if I've got ghost in here or if it's in the trailer. Oh yeah, I went a little nutso getting hard copies of.
Smash that likey like button, guys. I need those likes so that we may continue to bring this information to you. No likes, the channel will not flourish. It will die.
Let's see. I'll keep talking to that for a second. Right?
Oh, I don't have anything else to say, Mrs.
Because I'm having trouble finding the lyrics to Ghost. I think I might have put it in a different folder. I'm not that.
You could just
organized.
summarize this up and finish it up. We go live again later.
Yeah, I'll have to do that because I might not have the lyrics in the car. Anyhow, he has a song called Ghost where he says that he's got her ghost. He might have you, but I've got your ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know for sure whether that's the song or if it's another one that I was quoting in the last live where he mentions her eyes looking right through him, which to me sounded like dead eyes. And he also said, why can't I hear your heartbeat?
Well, we are in Colorado where fall is in full effect. It is cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
So, how about that Jan Banfield? She did a banging job on this, guys. Go check her out. Jan Banfield on YouTube. She covers this timeline. She's really good.
Yeah.
You should go watch her. Then come back here, of course.
yeah, and we'll be live again tonight.
I saw her name mentioned in the comments a little while ago.
And I'll
And
see what else I can bring at you.
no, not June.
What's June?
June. Banfield. Jan.
Oh, Ashley.
Ashley.
Wait, I got her name written
Oh
down
my
here,
God.
actually.
What the heck's Banfield's first name? I know
think
we watch her
it's
all the time for
Ashley.
years.
Because she's on a
Ashley, there it is.
yeah, Ashley Banfield, and it's her. I mean, she's on other things too,
Thank you,
but I
guys.
really like her own show, which is Drop Dead Serious, and she is so good on it.
Let her know. Let her know we sent you over there to check her out. So that's about all we got.
Yeah, that's all for now.
And we might talk about Kirk later on. Well, actually,
Charlie Kirk?
we might talk about his wife, actually. Yeah.
Why?
Because you don't know why, but I do.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because reasons.
So, see you guys later on.
Oh, this other guy.
Which other guy?
The guy that had his dad just pass.
Oh, I don't know enough about him to talk about him.
Oh, we should talk about him too. Why not? He doesn't get a pass.
Okay, so
Just because you're a big creator with
we'll
millions,
come up. So we'll be
go after
bringing you
you
some
too.
stuff that we weren't talking about, and we'll bring you and we'll bring you stuff that we. Yay! Yeah, dropped it serious. That's
Only
Ashley.
send links to other YouTube channels. Do not link off the platform. Thank you, Cat's
Yeah.
Eye.
All the links we want shared in here are links to people's YouTube channels, because YouTube likes it if viewers stay on the YouTube platform, and they get PO'd when we have people link to, like, websites or whatever. So with that, we'll just talk about websites and tell people that, verbally where the websites are, so that or you guys can put them in the chat without putting the actual link to it, so that it's not linking off of the platform. But the more people go from here to other places on YouTube, the happier YouTube is with us. So
smash that like button on the way out, everybody.
Yeah, like, subscribe, share, and comment. Comments.
Leave gratuitous amounts of comments. We'll answer most of them.
See you guys later on today.
We'll be in the comments section for 1 hour. Thank you guys for watching.